Hi there, I'm Eric Linter, and this is Star Speak Whispers for the second half of March 2013. Good news for those of you paying attention to Mercury. The little planet, the cosmic messenger, has been retrograde, and on Sunday, St. Paddy's Day, the 17th, Mercury resumes forward motion. So all of those lost items and missed messages will all of a sudden be available to be found. There's a quarter moon on Tuesday during the middle of the day, so be ready for a few minor glitches or stressful encounters. Just bide your time because this is the very last day of the astrological year. On Wednesday, the sun enters Cancer, moves into Aries. The new astrological year and the season spring begins with the vernal equinox. And as fate would have it, these days we have Uranus hanging out in Aries in a square aspect to Pluto and Capricorn. These two giants of the cosmos have been in this very tense alignment now for more than a year. And it's a 3-year process, a series of 7 squares between the two. And every time a season begins, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury, reaching a new cardinal sign, trigger the square. So we are coming into a very challenging, tense period overall. This is global, this is personal, this is big. Really, probably the most difficult aspect of our lifetimes. And we haven't experienced one of these squares since the early 1930s, just to put it in historical perspective. So we need to be on our toes. We need to understand that big forces within us and external to us are tugging at us, pulling us in different directions. There's a need to change. There's a drive to understand things more deeply. And the pressure is really on. So just, slow down a bit, take some deep breaths. Really measure your response before you say something or send out an email or a text. Mars is conjunct Uranus, the god of war, with the planet of surprises on Friday the 22nd. So this period as we begin spring is also a dangerous one. There's a risk of, or a greater risk of accidents, but also of earthquakes and other unexpected events. Again, haste makes waste, so give yourself extra time. Leave a little more distance between your car and the one in front of you. Take just common sense steps to, better assure your safety. And be willing to look out for the other guy or gal, because we are all in this together. The moon is waxing full. It reaches the full point on Wednesday. This would be the 27th. This is the full moon in Libra, the sign of balance, of peace and harmony. And the moon tests the sun every time it's full. On this occasion, both the sun and moon are also challenging to Pluto. And Uranus is in the picture. And we also have close by the sun, Venus and Mars. So it's a very hypercharged full moon scenario. Again, all the more reason to think carefully and to be respectful of your own limitations, but also the limitations of people and institutions around you. There are, kind of irreversible forces acting on all of us. And I am a hopeful person at heart. I believe that various governments and churches and corporations can and will be made to better serve the people that they theoretically represent and are meant to support. And, now more than ever, we need to hold elected officials accountable. And in a similar fashion, our own behavior needs to be held to the highest standards. Now, fortunately, on Thursday, the 28th, the Sun, Uranus, and Venus form a nice little stellium, a close conjunction. And this is a fabulous day for planning, for meetings, also for meeting new people. So be sociable this particular Thursday and welcome new ideas, and maybe some divine inspiration will creep in. On the 29th, the Friday, Venus and, well, actually it's Mercury that's more active on Friday, engages both Jupiter and Pluto. This can be a constructive day for negotiating. But, don't sell out, but don't drive too hard a bargain either. Find the middle ground. Be open to compromise. The month concludes on Sunday the 31st with Venus being active, engaging Jupiter in a really lovely sextile aspect. Talk. Keep your channels of communication open. We don't need to, take the extreme positions that we so often see in the political news in our country. Venus and the Sun are also testing Pluto this day. So again, the real emphasis here should be on creating win-win results, finding compromises, being willing to give a little in order to get a little. And again, venturing forward hand in hand, people can make their lives hopefully, more sane and more sensible. And this is part of the really important work that needs to be done. Again, historically, Pluto-Uranus last squared in the early 1930s. This was the era that saw social welfare reform or laws first enacted here in our country. And rather than, thinking about these government programs as somehow inherently evil, I think we really need to be looking at ways in which we can all better look out for not only our own well-being, but the well-being for all the creatures that inhabit our planet. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. If you want to contact me, shoot me an email at stars@ericlinter.com. You can also find my daily forecasts online at spiritofchange.org. Remember, keep looking up.